Hey everybody, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Now, I realized that I haven't blogged a single new movie from 20th Century Fox in about 2 years, and to me, things have been pretty different for the company ever since it was bought by the happiest place on earth. And so far, a few new movies from Fox haven't really piqued my interest lately, with a few exceptions like West Side Story and The New Mutants. And what I'll be looking at today is a Fox film from last summer set inside a video game. The question is it still a good movie after a whole year has passed? Well, let's not waste any more time and find out. Released on August 13th, 2021, the movie is Free Guy. And now, let's start off with the plot of the movie. Taking place in the open world video game Free City, Guy is an NPC working as a bank teller. Thanks to a program developed by programmers Millie and Keys inserted into Free City by the publisher Antoine, Guy becomes aware of his world being a video game, and he takes steps to make himself the hero, creating a race against time to save the game before the developers can shut it down. Now, what are my thoughts on the movie? Well, to me, this film really surprised me, and it's got to be one of my favorite summer films from 2021. And to further explain why I love the movie, let's head over to Mustang Notes. The film was directed and produced by Shawn Levy, best known for directing the Night at the Museum trilogy, and the screenplay was written by Matt Lieberman and Zach Penn. Principal photography began on May 14, 2019 in Boston, mostly around the city's financial district. It also took place in the Massachusetts cities of Worcester, Framingham, in the former Framingham Savings Bank buildings, and Weymouth at the former Naval Air Station, as well as at the Revere Beach and at the Paramount Pictures Studios headquarters in Los Angeles. Filming concluded on July 31st, 2019. Director Levy decided to hire production designer Ethan Tobman over other candidates with more feature film experience after being inspired by the energy that he brought to the project. Together, they created a visual Bible laying out the rules for their video game world. To split the real world from the in-game look, they specified colors, lenses, composition and framing, camera movement, and other details. Levy found it very liberating to be influenced by other games and films, but not required to make a direct adaptation of an existing franchise. Tobman said that the film's game world design drew primary inspiration from games like SimCity, The Sims, Red Dead Redemption 2, while also acknowledging thematic inspiration from Grand Theft Auto and Fortnite. The film features several weapons from other video games and film franchises, including a Mega Buster from Mega Man, a lightsaber from the Star Wars series, one of Fortnite's pickaxes, the gravity gun from Half-Life 2, the portal gun from Portal, as well as Captain America's shield and Hulk's fist from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, I know it's been about a year since I last saw this movie in theaters with my parents and sister, and to me, this is a really interesting and surprising film, and I think the cinematography and visuals are very advanced, and I think the look of Free City is absolutely excellent, especially with the crazy action going on every day. Plus, aside from all those online games that I mentioned earlier, I feel like this film is very reminiscent to a few other things, such as Ready Player One, The Truman Show, and The Matrix. Also, aside from the action being crazy, I think the comedy in this film is pretty humorous, though sometimes pretty mature for younger audiences though. No surprise, since this movie is rated PG-13, by the way. Also to note, this was the 6th movie that I saw in theaters last year, where I received a digital giveaway crown from the Regal Crown Club. And now let's move on to the cast. The title character Guy is played by Ryan Reynolds, who's not only known for playing the Green Lantern, but he's also been the infamous Deadpool, Detective Pikachu, and its trainer Harry Goodman, and he also got to play a couple DreamWorks characters like Theo, aka Turbo, and Guy from the Croods movies. Guy is an NPC who works as a bank teller in Free City, and in my eyes, he seems like a very simple man, living a normal life with an ordinary routine. Also, he is seen to be against hardcore violence, but he does proceed to use violence in order to save his world from deletion. Plus, he's easily surprised and shocked when something out of the ordinary happens, like when he puts on his glasses and notices that he lives in a far greater world. Plus, Guy's favorite song is Mariah Carey's Fantasy song. Our next character is Millie Rusk, aka Molotov Girl, played by Jodie Comer, whom was Rey's mother, Miramir, in Star Wars Episode 9. Millie is one of the co-developers of the game Life itself. In my opinion, Millie possesses a lot of knowledge of the Free City game. Plus, she's also quite skilled and talented, and I think she's very similar to Kevin Flynn from Disney's Tron movie, due to her looking for a source code to her original game. Plus, I think Millie's British accent in Free City is pretty awesome. Next up is Millie's boyfriend, Walter Keys McKay, played by Joe Keery, who got to be in the hit Netflix series Stranger Things. Key was Millie's partner, who helped her develop Life itself, until he became a technical support at Tsunami. To me, I find Keys to be a pretty interesting, helpful, and highly intelligent person, and I thought the funniest part involving him was when we see him and his co-worker Mouser chase Guy through Free City in their avatars. And I thought Keys was very clever to stream the final climax in Free City after he got fired from Tsunami. Finally, we have the movie's main antagonist, Antoine Hobachelic, played by Taika Waititi, whom not only directed Thor's third and fourth movies, but he also played Korg in the MCU, and he voiced Mo Morrison in Pixar's Lightyear. Antoine is the manager, founder, and CEO of Tsunami Games, and his games have had major successes in the past. This likely caused him to develop an egomaniacal and narcissist personality that he has in this film. Plus, Antoine stole the idealistic codes from Millie Rusk for the enhancement of the fictional open-world video game Free City. Also, aside from him being an egomaniac and narcissist, Antoine values profits and intellectual property more than the people who make them. Also, he centers the entire business around himself, whilst doing little to nothing in regards to game development or helping employees with any problems that they might have. Not only that, but Antoine tends to claim credit for everything that Tsunami has ever done, brushing the actual developers aside. He's also perfectly content with destroying their lives' work, even if it meant increasing profits, as he was planning to do with Free City when the sequel was coming out. Also, I think Antoine's most devious acts in this film is when he orders his staff to exterminate Guy after becoming aware of his popularity, as well as uploading a brutal, muscular man named Dude to fight Guy, and use a fire axe to destroy the Free City servers. And now on to my final words. Overall, Free Guy is a very surprising movie. The cinematography is excellent, the visual effects are amazing, the story is a little cliched but interesting, it has several memorable characters, the action is pretty crazy, and the comedy is pretty humorous. However, due to some violence, language, and crude references, I wouldn't recommend it for folks under the age of 13 though. Plus, during the making of this blog, I discovered that a Free Guy sequel is currently in development, and I hope it'll be just as good as this film. I give Free Guy a 91% out of 100. Well, that's all for now, folks. Join me for my next blog, where we look at an animated Fox film from last year, which features a malfunctioned robot, Mustang Power. Oh, and don't have a good day, have a great day.